Welcome back to lecture 6 of our cell series. In today's lecture, we will be learning about the nucleus. So the nucleus was first discovered by Robert Brown in 1831. It is also known as the brain of the cell. Now the number of the nucleus varies from cell to cell. Now interphase is this phase of a cell cycle. It is also known as the resting phase. During this phase, cell growth continues, but the cell remains inactive. It does not replicate during this phase. It constitutes 95% of the cell cycle. So during this phase, nucleus contains chromatin, nuclear envelope, nucleoplasm, and nucleolus. These are the structures present inside the nucleus. So let's study these structures one by one. Firstly, we have this nuclear envelope. It consists of two parallel membranes with a space between them called as perinuclear space. The nuclear envelopes forms the barrier between the material present inside the nucleus and that of cytoplasm. The outer membrane is in continuous with ER. It is interrupted by minute pores which are formed by fusion of two membranes, also known as nuclear pores. The nuclear pores are passages through which the movement of RNA and protein molecules take place in both directions between the nucleus and cytoplasm and from cytoplasm to the nucleus. So let's study the structure of the nucleus. The nuclear envelope consists of two membranes running parallel to each other. Then they are interrupted by the minute pores known as nuclear pores, which help in the passage of RNA molecules and protein molecules between nucleus and cytoplasm. It contains chromatin, nucleolus, and nucleoplasm. So now let's study about the other components. Second, we have is nucleoplasm. It contains the nucleolus and chromatin. Then we have nucleolus. It is a spherical structure present inside the nucleoplasm. It is continuous with the nucleoplasm as it does not contain any membrane-bound structure. It is the site of active ribosomal RNA synthesis. At last we have chromatin. It is a network of nucleoprotein fibers. It contains DNA and some basic proteins known as histones and some non-histone proteins and also RNA. A single human cell has 2-meter long thread of DNA distributed in 46 chromosomes. Now chromosomes are seen during the M phase of the cell cycle, which is also known as mitosis or meiosis phase of the cell cycle, which happens during the cell division. Next we have chromosome. Now chromosomes are seen in M phase of cell cycle, which constitute only 5% of cell cycle. Every chromosome essentially has a primary constrictions or centromere, on the side of which disc-shaped structures are called as kinetochores. Now centromere holds the two sisters chromatids together. This is the centromere. Now there are 4 types of chromosomes seen. First is metacentric, in which both the upper and the longer arms of the chromosome are equal in size. Then we have submetacentric, in which upper arm is shorter than the lower arm. In acrocentric, the upper arm is very short and the lower arm is longer. And lastly, we have a telomere. It only contains lower arms of the chromosome present only. This is about the chromosome. At last, we have centrosomes and centrioles. Now, centrosome is an organelle containing 2 cylindrical structures called centrioles. Now, both centrioles and centrosome lie parallel to each other. They are made up of 9 evenly placed peripheral fibers of tubular protein. Each peripheral fiber is a triplet. So see here, this is a centriole and the both centrioles are at the angle of 90 degrees to each other. Now spindle fibers give a rise to the spindle apparatus during the cell division in the animal cell. Now the centrosome consists of a microtubule, centriole disc end and a centriole proximal end. This is the structure of the centriole. It consists of microtubules, spokes, central hub, pin had an AC link. Centriole has an arrangement of 9 plus 0 arrangement. At last we have microbodies. Any membrane-bound minute vesicles are called microbodies. Contains various enzymes present in both plant and animal cell. This is all about the today's lecture.